Folks, this is Ross. Most of you know me as Devil George Bladesmith. And I got Dave's knife here, Pathfinder Blade. Now, I was going to make this little video just to show how well it does for the things it's supposed to do, which would be some heavy chopping and this sawing edge, showing how well it works. And also probably a little drawing just to see. Now the way I designed it is I put the saw right here pretty much in the middle of the spine of the blade. It goes from there to there. And down here, this is all nice and smooth so that if you are drawing, you can hold it like so without the teeth of the saw biting in your hand. You can just pull, not a problem. And as far as chopping, well, it's a kukri design. This is it held straight up right now, curves forward like a kukri, and it's a 1/4 inch thick steel, 1095 steel. Now that thickness gives this thing so much weight. It chops really well. So I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to chop into some board, and board, I've already tested it off camera. Board stands no chance against this thing, but I'll show you anyway. But anyway, other features of the knife. The handle is made out of Osage orange wood. A lot of people call it Bodark. And it's really pretty wood. I'm going to bring it up close here for you. Very pretty. It's very hard, and sometimes, depending on how the light hits it, you can get a kind of a tiger's eye effect out of it. Now the handle has 3 brass rods through it for the handle. And then down here, whenever I was first putting this thing together for Dave, I asked him, do you want a hole down in the bottom to put like a lanyard through? And he said, well, I actually would prefer something a little bit thicker, something I could put a carabiner through. So, what you got here is a hole, pretty big sucker. And it's big enough where you could put a 1/4 inch carabiner through it. And yeah, it's a sturdy dude. It's full tang, as you've probably already seen. It's about 14.5 to 15 inches in length. It's kind of hard to get a really accurate gauge on it because it is curved like it is. But has a 22-degree edge from tip of the blade all the way down here to the choil. And right now, I'm going to show you how well it goes through a board. Well, here we are. Got our board here. I'm going to use this piece right here. I'm going to saw into it. You can maybe see from that distance that there's already some places where I bit into it and tested the saw out already, but I'll show it to you on camera. And I'm going to chop through that sucker right there right now. I wasn't going to test it on a board because I already knew this thing was going to destroy it, but it's kind of a common test to see somebody chop through a board, so hey, why not? Anyway, let's zoom in a little bit here. That way you guys can see how well it works as far as sawing is concerned. We'll get it in there. Now, like I said, you can see some spots where I already went right there, a few spots right there. So we'll give it a fresh one. Now the thing with the saw, because it's so wide, it's a 1/4 inch wide, it does take usually the first like 1 or 2 swipes back and forth. Takes a little bit of effort, but after that, it cuts through. It's gravy after that, it's no problem. But anyway, here we go. Yeah. Not really much else to show as far as the saw goes. It eats through real quick and does its job very well. And some of you might wonder, if anybody's watching this that makes knives themselves, the way I made this saw was with a Dremel tool. And the actual piece that I used was just one of the circular saw blades. And I marked on the metal every so many spots, like there, cut grooves down into it, and then from those grooves just carved at an angle to give these teeth shape. After that, to give them that kind of back and forth look that they have, so that they saw even all the better, I used that same piece, that same Dremel piece, and just basically carved away all that excess metal until you had these teeth that just went back and forth, real mean, as you can see right there. Well, I made this knife for Dave Canterbury, and the reason why is I've only been making knives for about a year. I got into it in September of '07 by watching Greenpete's video, and I'll have a link to that here on my own video. And the thing with that is he shows how to make a knife out of a file using very primitive stuff. You don't have to have tons and tons of tools to do it. You just have to know how. Now, I had always wanted to make a knife. I grew up on a ranch, and it's something that I always was into. Always loved knives. Always wanted to make one. I thought it'd be a lot of fun, really neat thing, and it's an obscure kind of thing to know. Not a lot of people do it. So, I'd always wanted to do it, but never knew how. It always seemed like this kind of arcane thing, this obscure thing that you can't really learn how to do unless you know somebody who does it themselves. And yeah, that helps a lot. I do know a few knife makers, and I get what tips I can from them. But I pretty much have had to start out on my own, teach myself, get every piece of material I possibly can so that I can teach myself how to do this. Now, Dave's knife here, this is the 9th one I've made. And it's the first one I've made for somebody I don't personally know. Most of the knives I've made have been as gifts for friends, or family members, that kind of thing. I only have 2 myself. And basically I told Dave, hey, I'm an up-and-coming knife maker. I will happily make you something of your design, something you would want, that you would find personally useful, for free. Just put it in a video, let me know how well it holds up, because I am actually interested to know. This is the Pathfinder knife for Dave Canterbury, and I hope he really enjoys it. He waited a long time for it. I had a lot of setbacks in the time from when I first promised it to him. A lot of things have happened, and he's been more than patient. He's a super cool guy. I'll have some links up to his YouTube videos as well. He has a lot of survivalist videos, a lot of really cool information that he puts out for free. So, anybody watching this, 2 things you got to do. You got to go to Greenpete's video, subscribe to him. You got to go to Dave Canterbury's videos and subscribe to him, and also check out his site, look at what he has, learn what he's about. He's a cool dude, very cool dude. And hopefully soon he'll have this on one of his videos showing, what he personally would use it for.